stuff. World.
Energizing combo sets. was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up, even in the face of the world's end, was the sunset on that beach. Watching the sun gently slide into the water's embrace, or fireworks dancing on the canvas of the night sky, even if tomorrow weren't better.
All right, guys. Good evening. Bear with me. Everything's working except for my lights, so we're gonna figure that out. Give me a second.
I imagine much has changed.
Alright, we're gonna start stream and figure this out as we go. But we're back. How's everyone doing today? Congrats to Am on first. Enjoy the points. Let's see who's here. Sunset, welcome in. AM says power? Question mark. Yes, we have power back. Q surprise while I started. Hey Charlotte, welcome in. Thank you for getting the reference. Power back a few hours ago. Yes, we got power. Next thing that come back was air conditioning. And then actually the Wi-Fi might have been back sooner, but I didn't realize the network name changed. It like reset to the default name or something. Let's see here. Stream Sunday. Oh yeah, it was back and forth at the beginning because I had to download some updates. Should be stable now. You might need to refresh, guys, if you haven't already done so. Power busting will spread to me. Hopefully, yeah. A little bit. Stream's a bit jumpy. Yeah, it should be good now. Just refresh. Fun so far at the end of chapter 4. Can't breathe. Hey, Sparkle. What's up? What's up? What do you mean can't breathe? Sunset with the pyramid. Well done. Well done. How are you guys doing? Doing okay? I took a cold shower as soon as the air conditioning came back, and now I feel like normal. Tanuki lives. I live, but the lights are being weird. Is it showing up in my control center yet? Nope. How do I let it know that it's on a new network? How to... Let me look this up. I'm gonna turn on the camera though, because one of the lights is working. At least it's on. Here's a mess. Where's my comb? Pick I got of yes, I saw. You don't need to post those guys. Boshock, welcome in. How's the power? It's nice. This must have been what they felt like when the light bulb was first invented. Let me see if I can figure out the lights here. Because I'm missing the second one. That's why it's not as bright as it should be. Good, just making howling noises. I can do my dailies again. Let me see. How to connect Elgato key lights to the Wi-Fi. Manage lights wirelessly. Ensure your lights are powered on. Then follow the app's instructions to connect them to your Wi-Fi network. There are no instructions. Check this on my phone. Let's see. Control center. You think 120 pulls is insufficient? Do you have any pity? 120 is actually pretty solid. It's not a guarantee, but you have a pretty good chance. Probably won't stay long. Gotta get to bed. Yeah, no worries. I understand I started streaming a little bit late. There's nothing I can do about that. I was actually holding out so that I could wait to see if the power came back, because they told us it wouldn't. We probably wouldn't have a good chance of it until tomorrow. But I was like, oh, let's hold out just in case, What are we playing today? Hey Pikachu, welcome in. We're probably gonna do those ZZZ events, like the limited events that are just like mini games and stuff like that. So it's nothing significant. I was supposed to do that on Wednesday. Make sure accessories. It's connected to power. Why? Okay, position. Plug it in. Control center connect to Wi-Fi. Customize your settings, yada yada yada.
When you're reading this letter, I imagine much has changed. Whether it's yourself or the world.
Have you summoned on the emblem banner yet? Which one? Roy? Yes. No luck on that one. We should probably check in on some of our summons in Fae. Because some of those banners are ending tomorrow. The weekly ones, notably. Alright, you know what? So we're gonna, for today, we're just gonna work with one light. Set the exposure to automatic. So it'll brighten up the camera a little bit here. There we go. So it's a little brighter. It's not ideal lighting, but you know, it'll work. Alright, that'll work for today. No, there's a new banner with nothing but emblem heroes. Oh, then I haven't done that yet. So maybe we should do those today. I have space on my barracks. I had nothing else to do, so I was like, alright, I'll clear up some space in my barracks. Not a ton of space, but... Guys, question for you guys. I was in a stream earlier, and the streamer mentioned Normandy. What is, without looking it up, what is the first thought you have, or what is the first thing you think of when you hear the word Normandy? Just want to check something here from the chat. When you hear the word Normandy, what do you think of? Pikachu thinks battle at Normandy. Kaizen thinks my grandfather. Okay. Dragon. Hey, welcome in, Dragon. World War II. Okay. See, these are normal responses. Was in a chat earlier. Streamer mentioned Normandy. Everyone in the chat, so it's like maybe like 10 to 15 people, all thought it was referring to some ship in Mass Effect. Now, I've not played Mass Effect, but at this point I kind of figured out what was going on. They all thought it was referring to a ship in Mass Effect. They didn't realize it was an actual place in France. I decided, hey, I mentioned D-Day, mentioned Saving Private Ryan. No one in the chat knew what either of those things were. And now I'm wondering why. I'm wondering if this is why, or part of why, it feels like the 1930s are repeating themselves. That's a good idea, or a good question. The streamer I would assume is around my age, which is not that old, but we're not that young either. But yeah, no one knew what D-Day was or Saving Private Ryan. They didn't know it was a real place in France. They thought it was just a ship's name in battle. They thought it was a ship's name in Mass Effect. So that was a little disappointing. A little disappointed. Battle of Vimy Ridge. Actually saw a video saying we're in the second Gilded Age. Wait, what makes this one go? Well. You're referring to the antebellum late 1800s Gilded Age as well. How many days left for the new Genshin event? That's a good question. We're gonna check on all that stuff right now. Now that I can. There's 2 events. There's one that's or actually 3. One is a Miliastra event, which I haven't done, but maybe I can figure that out today. There's another one that's like Dragon says 3 or 4. Yeah, there's like 3 events going on. 2 that I think are listed in the game. I think. Unless the Miliastra one's also listed there. It's also just something else. Let's get all the dailies done first, and then we'll come back to ZCZ and do those events. All right. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. I have 573 minutes of free trial time. That's like 10 hours. So it's a lot, but again, make sure you use it wisely. Remember, we have the low end story quest, which we'll have to figure out when we're doing that. We were supposed to do that today, but everything got pushed back. And then, oh, didn't the Genshin Twitter say something about like a new Sandrone animation or something like that? Did Columbina even get like an animated short? Bum, bum, bum. All right, where was I? Dailies. Let's go. Without the extreme lag. Yeah, stream should be fine now. I know there's some lag at the beginning because I had to download some updates. But it should be steady at the moment. Nice and pretty high bit rate. Nine hours left? Or wait, no, 9 hours of free trial. You sure? It's like 9.5 hours. Because 600 I know is 10 hours. I learned that as a kid. Yes to the center. Okay, okay. It's interesting that, when do we know when that drops? I should probably do that Fontaine Research Chronicle event. That's, I think that's, or event, not event, World Quest. That's like the last major World Quest I haven't done. Also, when you play Faye again, I'll be using my sub. So let's go. No one's done that in a while. But yeah, we could probably do that today because again, some of those banners are ending soon. I'm trying to finally trying Final Fantasy. Again, I haven't tried the remake yet, but I mean it's based on a good one, so I would imagine it's also very good. Oops. Do you have anything to buy? Nope. Thank you for the lurk. Should I do stuff like that event today? Yeah, I mean, anytime you have events, get those done. It's a lot of commissions to do. I'll do those in a bit, but I should probably post something. How's Fate nowadays? It's just character collecting. No one plays the other modes because you're gonna get power crept in like a week anyway. But so far has been finishing Time Stranger demo and doing chapter 4 in that. With no internet the last few days, guys, and no lights. I basically spent it starting over in P4G because after we played it on stream, I started playing another run. Now that I knew what the story was and which social links I had to do, but I never finished it. And that was so long ago now that I'm like, where was I and what did I complete and what did I not complete? So I was like, you know what? Let's just start over. So I've been doing that off stream. Ooh, very loud. Spooked my cat. Ooh, okay. I hope power creep doesn't get too bad in Uma. Oh, I haven't played, so I don't know. Okay, so we did... You're playing all P4G at that point. Would you rather wait for revival? At this point, I'm like, I might as well just. I mean, it's gonna take a while for it to come out anyway, so right? So might as well just go through it now. Unless you want me to stop once I get to the G part and then just wait to experience that on the remake. Summer next year. I have so much things I have to get through now because not only so we have to do another run of 3 houses prior to September 17th. By the way, guys, I got my pre-orders for special editions and standard editions in U.S., Canada, Europe, UK, Australia. I am still working on Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Mexico, Latin America. And I also got a standard edition from Spain. So I got that all taken care of. Tweet says it was in 3 days, and it was tweeted at midnight on the 12th. So basically 24 hours ago. All right, so we got a couple days. So maybe we do... Hold on. What was the original schedule? Because now we got to change everything. What's today? Today's the 12th. So if we're doing ZZZ today, let me put this here for now. I am going to move the Genshin Research Chronicle, the Fontaine Research Chronicle event, or World Quest, to... Actually, no, we're going to keep it Sunday. That's what it was. Which is the 14th. Can't believe they're replacing the VA cast for Revival. In comparison, Xenoblade managing to get back all their old VAs, even Jenna Coleman. Yes, it is the Jenna Coleman. Yes, I think this was the Xenoblade 1 was before she got like super famous. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I never liked either ways. I suck at summer duels. How does power creep work in Uma? If you pre-order off of Walmart, you got $10 off, or Amazon. But I'm gonna try and price match it like Best Buy because I get, I think, 5 or 6% back on my card. But anyway, yeah, that's like a drop in the bucket because so usually new Fire Emblem games I have to budget like $1,000 to get all the versions from like every country and every region. Now it's over $1,500 because of stupid inflation. And tariffs, which are for some reason still in effect. I don't understand. Okay, so Sunday, let's see here, hold on. So ZZZ stuff today. Tomorrow we'll do community night. Unless I start early enough. No, so tomorrow I'm going to the movie theater because of Juby Fest. So tomorrow's Ponyo. So yeah, we'll do Jackbox and Smash Bros. Sunday, Fontaine Research Chronicle event. Maybe Monday. So Monday we have band. Also, is AM still here? Band mini camp. So that is from 3 to 7. So I'll get home, eat dinner. I can maybe be on by 8 or 8:30, but it wouldn't be a long... Well, no, I guess I can stream long because I don't have to be back in again until like 3 p.m. the next day. Okay. So Monday, let's plan on doing... Chat, what do you guys want first? Honkai Impact 3rd, chapters 8 and 9, finally? Or Lowen Story Quest? Because Tuesday, all we're doing is pulling for Valina. On which day? Monday. So Sunday, we're doing the Fontaine Research Chronicle World Quest, which is the last World Quest I haven't done. Because it feels like it might be relevant for Sandrone stuff. And then Monday, we're trying to figure out. Tuesday, we're doing ZZZ polls for Valina. And then right now I have Sino's Story Quest penciled in for Wednesday, but that was before we got delayed by 2 days for the power outage. Sparkle says Lowen Story Quest first. Okay, why don't I do this then, just so we don't push back Impact 3rd too much. Let's put that on the Wednesday then. And then Genshin we come back to on Thursday for the Sino Story Quest. Get that done because it's been... We activated it a long time ago, and then we were like, oh, we don't actually have to do it. But since it's been activated, we might as well get it done. And then Friday we have the Genshin Luna 8 special program, Sandrone. And again, my predictions for the banners, not necessarily in any particular order or pairings, but the 4 I think are running. Sandrone we know, and I'm assuming Columbina, Raiden, Sitlali. Although Sitlali could be a toss-up between Sitlali, Kanish, and Mualani, but I think Sitlali has the edge. But okay, so we have a schedule now for the entire week. So today, 2 ZZZ events, and then we'll do some face stuff as well. Jackbox and Smash Bros tomorrow. Sunday, Genshin Fontaine Research Chronicle World Quest. Monday, Lone Story Quest. Tuesday, ZZZ Valina polls. Wednesday, Impact 3rd, chapters 8 and 9. Next Thursday, Sino Story Quest and Genshin. And Friday, special program for Genshin Luna 8. And then we have movie nights. We're actually, I have it on here that we're going to start ZZZ 3.0. We're going to save that till Saturday. All right. Good night. All right, have a good one, Sunset. Get some rest. Sure you want Sandra? Absolutely. They are like the most wanted character for all of non-try for me. How's it going, Mimi? Welcome in. I'm a bit sad that I won't be able to play the new Fire Emblem game. Oh well. Is it just because of like the cost of like the Switch 2, or do you just need to get a Switch 2? I have another streamer friend in India. They're like, oh, the Switch isn't a thing here, but I really want to play the Xenoblade games, and I'm like, I will send you one if you want. Switch 2, yeah, it is costly, but here's the thing, like, they're raising the price in September, so I've been telling people, like, if you think you might get it at some point, you might as well get it now, as opposed to waiting, and it's like more expensive because of the it's just because like component prices are going up, so like, you know, storage, like SSDs and chips and RAM. So if anyone needs UMA help, just let me know. Yeah, I think Sparkle, you played it, right? I know Kaizen has it, but yeah, I don't know if anyone else in the community plays it. Nancy, welcome in. How are you doing today? If the camera looks weird, it's because only one of my lights is working, so I upped the exposure, which is why it looks all washed out. I look better with 2 lights. But how's it going? All right, where was I? I have to use up the resin here. I have what? Wasn't paying attention. You've tried Uma, right? Uma Musume, or whatever it's called.
If it's you, manager, we can go out anytime.
Oh, I know what we're farming. Because Valina's coming out, and I don't have enough of these things. And we get double drops. Having trouble comprehending the game right now. Which one? We just mentioned like 5 different games. Let's see. This is probably the first time on Switch stuff that I couldn't buy a Fire Emblem game because it's Switch 2 now. Probably might ignore any new Fire Emblem game stuff. I mean, are you like trying to save up for one? Even just like a little bit at a time? You had a Genshin question? What's up? Done 0 gameplay and 1 for years. I'm waiting for the there it did come out. Oh, okay. But you have the game, it sounds like. Hold on. What is this sound I'm hearing? Hold on. Let me mute all my other bajillion tabs. Where's the sound coming from? Are you guys hearing like a massive audio delay? I was like, why do I hear Nagongyu's voice? This is a massive audio delay. What? What is something? What is? Okay, let me catch up. Dun, dun, da, da, da. Try to save money, but it's not enough yet. Okay. Some love, I respect that. Plus, my main is Gold Ship. Lilina. What about Lilina? Oh, speaking of Lilina, apparently my some of you guys know I've been posting my Fire Emblem collection on TikTok and Instagram, like featured posts on them. Lilina has surpassed my recent Edelgard post in likes on TikTok, which is crazy. So I guess Lilina is more popular than Edelgard. And then on Instagram, Roy has like 10 times the views and likes as like Lilina and Edelgard and Alir. Roy. But okay. Let's see here. So how do I get more resin quickly? Because I need to level up my characters. You can. There's a few things. I'll show you when we get to Genshin. Basically, most of it's just time. You got to wait. You can also if you have you set up your teapot yet? Your Serenity teapot. Let me know what you're struggling with in Discord. I can try to help you out. I'm gonna talk about. Happy you see you have internet back and can stream. Yes. Welcome in, Darkrai. Welcome in. Thought something was off for a second. Yeah, I got to reinstall it first. Honestly, starting a bunch of RPGs all at once was probably a horrible idea. It's all because Roy's our boy. It's gonna be difficult for me to avoid spoilers soon. All right, chat. Should we do a fundraiser for Mimi so they can get a Switch 2? Do they sell the Switch 2 there, or do you have to import it? Started Tales of Xillia, Tales of Arise for Switch playthroughs, Trails in the Sky remake, and Final Fantasy VII remake, all in the span of like a month. Oof. And Unlurk. Hello. Welcome back, Charlotte. Welcome. Let's see if the audio delay is fixed. That's better. It was like a 30-second delay. I'm like, why do I hear Nangongi during my battle? I'm like, am I lurking in a channel that's playing ZZZ? It's not a Martian question, but it might be a cozy question. What's up? We have to do it here. It's just pricey. Or we do have it here. It's just pricey. Okay. Alright, chat. Fundraiser ideas so we can help Mimi get a Switch 2. Who else needs a Switch 2? Let's just fundraise for everyone.
More work has arrived. Yep. I'll handle it.
Faye's gonna get replaced by Uma. Do you go back and forth between them or no? Or like sometimes?
It's not time to shoot my bullet just yet.
When am I getting my E flat bass clarinets? Because it's so hard to play my low C wall. While standing, I'm very weak when my thumb is currently wrapped up. I'm injured from after the storm. What were you doing? Guys, don't stand outside when there's like 80-mile-an-hour winds. Actually, no, I think they hit 100 miles an hour yesterday in the Chicago area. Which is crazy. No, I just haven't touched Uma in a while. Okay, so you got to give it some deserved time. That's fair. All right, let me check on my polls. We'll come back here and we're gonna do those events. 15. 58. So we have 185. All right, we'll come back to this. Let's see. Somebody beat the Golden Deer route in 3 houses. I just haven't had the motivation to play anything but Fae recently. I'll probably do another 3 houses run in like August, September-ish. Probably just one route. I don't know which one yet. Let's just say I did something stupid today and I got hurt. Uh-oh, that's not good. So not yesterday. Pokemon isn't even my priority. The whole reason why I bought the original Switch back then was because of Fire Emblem. Could care less about Pokemon, Smash, or anything. My old classmates aren't Nintendo players too, so I probably can't borrow their consoles. Okay. But yeah, we have, so wait. Which of the Switch 1 Fire Emblem games have you played? Because I think you played 3 houses. Have you played Engage? And then there's Warriors and 3 Hopes. And there's TMS Encore. Good news and slightly less good news. What's up? Don't stand outside in 75 mile per hour winds. That's for cowards. Standing outside in 120 winds instead. Good news, been doing a deeper dive into David Bowie's discography, and needless to say, I'm amazed. He really was a musical chameleon. True man of 1,000 faces. Yeah, a lot of people are very adaptable. What are your thoughts on 3 Hopes? It's just kind of there. By the way, if anyone needs a copy of the game, I have like a bajillion Japanese copies. They'll work in English on an American Switch. It's just the box art's in Japanese. So if anyone needs one, let me know. I don't need this many. The Sunset Stream. If they do, let's give them a shout out. Yes, I played Engage, so no longer need to avoid spoilers. 3 Hopes too. I mean, still prefer 3 Houses though. I think a lot of people do. I didn't hate Engage. It's just there are a lot of aspects about it I didn't like. Don't think Sunset Stream's never seen them promote themselves. Give them a shout out. Let's find out. The slightly less good news is that since I went to make my music library a lot more gayer, now my quandary as to what the next record should be has worsened. Oh, we got a lot of choices there. Apparently Sunset has streamed Engage. So they've streamed it in the last 3 years. 3.5 years. I mean, I liked it, but it was underwhelming. Yeah, it was not my favorite. I like Warriors games, so I'm excited to play 3 Hopes. Oh, okay. I will say Fire Emblem does seem to fit, like, the whole Warriors, like, the gameplay design and gameplay mechanics seems to fit Fire Emblem very well. Let's put it that way. But yeah, as long as you play 3 houses, at least once, 3 Hopes should be fine. They've streamed, but not in 2 years. It's so hard to type with my thumb tied. And loved Engage, tied with PR for 3rd favorites. Felt a lot of like Sacred Stones, which is 2nd favorites. OG Fire Emblem Warriors was a huge letdown. There are pros and cons to both the original Warriors and then 3 Hopes. I think 3 Hopes does a better job of kind of having a cohesive story. Whether or not you like that story or not is a different thing, but it has a more cohesive story than Warriors, which just felt more like an all-star. Hey, let's have everyone show up. So for Awakening and Fates over Engage, gameplay-wise, it's good, but the story didn't spark the light for me. Yeah, Engage for me is probably bottom half of the series, which that doesn't mean it doesn't mean I hated it, but I mean every Fire Emblem game has to rank somewhere. The village was supposed to get rid of that tree last year. Well, now they know. Bum, bum, bum. The Awakening story is good. Yeah, I loved Awakening. Was it perfect? No. But was it amazing? Yes. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, no new events here. Oh yeah, we can do this thing now. But this doesn't give polychromes, does it? Not polychromes. Cell views. Probably pick Young Americans. Contains my favorite Bowie song, Fame. 4 arcs in a 20 chapter game. Isn't it like 30? Aren't there only like 3 arcs too? Who are we saving for? Himiko, Rin, Gilgamesh. Cypher might happen. Ooh, we should probably save for them too. But okay, no one right now. Hopefully it's better before minicamp. That's Monday.
Time to unwind.
So hurts tomorrow. I'm going to urgent care.
Let me teach you some moves.
Did you have someone look at it already or no? It wasn't the story that was my problem with the original FE Warriors. Didn't like how small the question of characters were and how many clones there were. I guess that's fair. For a Fire Emblem All-Star game, you would expect more than the 3 most recent games at the time.
Unlimited firepower.
Shouldn't have tried to do more than 2. Let's Dance has more songs than I already know.
All for the thrill. This next round.
Oh, I thought you meant like the video game.
Bonus round.
Which is not Let's Dance, but Just Dance. I was like, wait a second, what? Tutorial arc, Emrin, Balm, Grima. Somehow the tutorial arc is the one where Book of Heavens is the longest. Sister, and she's assumed to be a nurse. She said she said it looked bruised.
Bonus round. Bonus round.
She's saying stellar skills. But I can kind of see how some people might hear soap shoes.
Feast your eyes,
And now I can't unhear it.
Bonus round. Bonus round.
See, it sounds like soap shoes. Does anyone kind of wish they would bring back soap shoes? The thing is, soap shoes got bought out by Heelys, and then Heelys got discontinued by. Then Heelys got bought out by some other shoe company, and then they discontinued the Heelys brand. But yeah, they should bring back soap shoes. This one, which I don't know much about beyond the song "Walk on the Wild Side." Mick Ronson. I do like the story, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. Has its ups and downs. Yeah, it's got its you know, ebbs and flows. Let's see. Engage. I do like the gameplay. That was like the thing I liked the least. But I thought my favorite things about Engage were probably the original characters. And then there was definitely one song on the soundtrack where I was like, this is amazing. But then I listened to it like in a playlist amongst other Fire Emblem tracks, and I'm like, okay, what I thought was amazing in Engage is probably closer to like average for Three Houses. So and Three Houses didn't even have that many original tracks. Or yeah, because they had a lot of things that just kind of reuse here and there. Still like the story, but didn't spark with me compared to other Fire Emblem games. Character-wise, I couldn't feel connected with them a bit, unlike other Fire Emblem games. I thought the original characters had promise. Thing is, they didn't get a lot of spotlight because they put a lot of spotlight on a lot of the legacy characters, which I argue they already had their spotlight in their own games. So it just took away time from the newer characters. But as one-dimensional as they seemed, it seemed like they had potential. Unhear Crazy Soap Shoes. I mean, I get it. I can hear where they might hear that, but they're saying stellar skills. Who is an Angels collaboration between two of my favorite outgame musicians. See why it's very hard for me to choose. There's a lot of choices there, but who says you have to pick one? Right, Sandstorm from Engage is your favorite song from Engage. The only one that really stood out to me was Falling Petals, which I believe was Chapter 17. Give that a listen, guys. So again, Chapter 17, Falling Petals. I think the Emerald Arc is good, but that's only like 3 chapters. Then we move on to Valm, which is essentially pointless. After that, you move on to Grima and Valadar. I wouldn't say pointless. There's definitely like a reason to go there. I'm not gonna spoil anything for people that haven't played, but let's just say you got to go to a lot of places and collect some stuff. And when remixes were good, they weren't anything special, but they were good. You know. Yeah, character-wise, they didn't really get a chance to show their potential and make them memorable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, I thought they had a lot of potential. And they did seem one-dimensional, but it seemed like they had potential to be more. It's just they didn't because they had to put the spotlight on the characters that already had their own games. Honestly, without that, other games, post-game expanding on them, Grima is one of the weakest FE villains. Like Yenfei moment felt like nothing because they didn't have the time to make you care about Sayri. That's my comment on the original. Oh, wait, let me scroll up. Just compared to Hyrule Warriors, Hyrule Warriors pulled from the whole Zelda series, and each character has a unique moveset. Hyrule Warriors pulled from mainly 3 games. Yeah, it was the 3 most recent games that came out internationally. They decided to leave out the Tellius games, which were right before those, probably due to like sales. They probably go like, oh, no one cares about these games. But obviously, most of the Fire Emblem like fans that know the series care about those games. Could you imagine? Something I asked for as a birthday present next month. Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. Alright, how many pulls do I have here? 14 plus... 32, so 46. So 94.8. Come on. I can't even round. 94. All right. I have to figure out these lights. Nancy, what was the question you were asking me again? I'll show you once I pull up Genshin. I think it had to do with Ricky Resin. Strip the Vault Mark. Yes, but they have to collect 5 things.
Captain on bridge.
Super long tutorial arc. It's because a lot of people hadn't played the series before, and they're like, "Hey, let's make this game be the one that a lot of people get introduced to the series." Because we now have casual mode from the previous game, which didn't even get released outside of Japan. Think we'll ever get a true co-op mode in Fae? No. At this point, no. Maybe in a Fae 2. Would you want Fae 2 to be like Fae, but like newer? Or would you want a completely different type of game? As much as I would like it to be something like, I don't know, like as expansive as like one of these Hoyo games, that's never going to happen. Because the way that Chinese development companies can amass large development teams very quickly is unmatched. Is that everything? Errands. They can have the one from Balm be collected elsewhere. That's unrealistic. Oh, they just all happen to be on the same continent. Yay. Nice doesn't want to put effort into their gacha. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do chapters 8 and 9. What day did I say? Did I say Wednesday? I think I said Wednesday. Alright. So let's do this. So let's do our Genshin dailies. Nancy, are you still here? I want to explain the thing to you. I forgot what it was. It was like about resin, right? And then we'll do some Fire Emblem polls, and we're going to come back to ZZZ and do those events. I'm here. Okay, what was the question again? I can't remember. It had something to do with resin. I'm probably maxed out again. Speaking of resin. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Why is wanting better writing unrealistic? Who says unrealistic? I think it's way too ambitious because they wanted to have every Fire Emblem villain archetype in one game. As such, most of them suck.
Add asterisk.
Well, when you put a lot of things into a game like that you assume is going to be your final one, sometimes they don't all get the focus. But people wanted better writing after Awakening, so they were like, hey, let's bring in an outside writer who knows what they're doing. They brought in one for Fates. They ended up with too much stuff, and they decided they had to cut it up and Frankenstein something back together. And look what happened with Fates. So they didn't need to have the gem be involved. You said that's unrealistic. Oh, wait, no. The writing is not the unrealistic part. The part where you assume that all 5 of those gems would have stayed on the one small continent when there are multiple continents nearby. Like, that's the part that I'm like, after thousands of years, that's a little unrealistic to assume that they would all stay. How do I gain more resin quickly? Oh, okay. So the main thing is time. You basically just have to wait. You'll get about 200 plus per day. Or maxed out. All right. So yeah, we need to farm experience books because we're gonna get Sandrone to. Oh, you know, I also had to farm those stupid bugs. We can do a little bit of that today. But have you started the Serenity Pot in your game yet? Is that something you can do once you've been to Lue? Most countries don't want to part with their sacred artifacts. Yes, but these are highly sought after and like basically just kept getting stolen from each other. So to think that, well, I guess we're gonna call it at least. To think that they would hold on to it and protect it for like 2,000 years. I don't know.
Take me up.
You have? Okay, so Tubby will give you resin, transient resin, if you get enough points. So I'll show you that in a second. Tubby, yep. And then there's what's the other type of resin? But it's limited, and you don't want to spend them all right away because you might need them for specific things.
Go in. Let's fly.
So, actually, I'll show you those types of resin right now. Actually, Tubby the Hubby. If it's important to a country, they aren't just gonna. They're not giving it away. Again, if you read the writing in the game, it's people basically just kept stealing it from each other. Okay, so for Nancy, as you play, you will eventually accumulate these fragile resins. So these will give you 60 resin right off the bat, just like here you go. So you just if you use one, you get 60 resin. The problem is though, these are fairly limited in the game. You can see I have 163, but that's basically me never really using them much since the beginning of the game. So you can see you don't get a ton. Now, if you have a reason to use them. That being said, it's good to save, and it's good not to use them all and save them, because like, what if a new character comes out and you're like, oh, I need resin for like a character that's coming out that I want to make sure I can level up right away, that I'm excited for. So save it for that, so you can get domain artifacts, for your character, or other things. Now, this transient resin we're gonna get from someone called Tubby here in a second. Let me just do one more of these fights.
Take me up.
This one's gonna be a pain in the butt with this particular team, so we're gonna change teams here. I should get 180 resin over, so it's more than 160, because you'll max out after roughly, like, was it 20 hours or something like that? But yeah, you can't go over 200, so make sure you're playing.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Light it up. Show no mercy.
Come on, click freeze, please.
Suffer the wrath of Eden. Light up the blazing sun.
Where's the other one? It's over here.
Incinerate. You two. Time to end this. Pyroclastic surge.
Okay. So now I have some space for condensed resin. We're gonna go back to the craft table. I'm gonna convert because again, you can only have the original resin. You can only have 200 at a time. So what I'm doing is I'm converting it to condensed resin, which maxes out at 5. But now my original resin is not maxed, and you can see it basically will replenish every few minutes here. 8 minutes again, you gain 1 more. And then for the last part, give me a second after I talk to Catherine. Claim my dailies.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
How do I turn it? It's not an option for me. How do I turn original resin into condensed resin? You have to go to a craft table. You go to a craft table, and as long as you don't have 5 condensed resin already, and as long as you have at least 60 resin, like original resin, then you can convert it. But you can see I don't have it right now because I can't do it because I am maxed out at 5. Now, even if I didn't have 5, if I have less than 20 original resin, you can see here I have 20, then, sorry, if I have less than 60, I won't be able to make one either. Never mind, see it? Condensed resin do, though. So think of it as like, you can hold 20 original resin. Think of that as like the basic resin, right? You can only hold 200 at a time. By converting it into condensed resin, you're basically taking like 60 resin and combining it into like a compact condensed form. So that way, when you do things like farming domains for artifacts or materials and stuff like that, it's more efficient because rather than asking for 20 resin at a time, you can basically get the same rewards as basically doing that battle 3 times, but you only have to do the battle once. So it's condensed, it's a little bit more efficient. Now, for more resin, go to the Serenity Pots, and this is why you want to build up your Serenity Pot early and quickly, because by leveling out, see, I just stuffed the buildings in here. There's no rhyme or reason. Like a lot of people make theirs like organized and pretty. I just stuffed the buildings all around here, so that raises the points of my Serenity Pot. And then basically here, see at the bottom there, that little pot, I earn those points over time based on the score of my Serenity Pot. So then that currency goes up there to the top. Let me just check on these because I got 3 at level 9. So I have 868, and now with those points, those coins, those silver coins, I can go into the Realm Treasures and buy this thing here, Transient Resin, which is basically like its own. It's almost like the fragile resin. It's basically it's worth 60 resin, but this is in addition to the resin you get over time. So, and you get one of these per week. So I already bought that one this week, so it resets every Monday, as does everything else in Genshin. Alright, let me catch up. Something that would be kept in a sealed off vault that only certain people even know exists. And yet somehow those things always get stolen in games. Vault basically exists for Tiki cameos and Vantia cameos, which is the thing you complain about from Rings and Engage. So it's weird for you. Not quite, because that we already knew that continent existed in that same world ever since Gaiden came out. But they've never actually been connected. Or not been used in the same story. Prior to this, prior to Awakening, the only real connection was like the White Wing sisters. Weird for you to complain about. No, because they're completely different things. That's why. Let's see here. Speeds up grinding and lets you farm more on the day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, instead of having to do three battles to get like and to use up 20 and then 20 and then 20, condenses is the equivalent of 60. So you can basically get 3 times the rewards. So it's just more efficient. You only have to do 1 battle instead of 3. But yeah, the biggest thing to get more resin in addition to your existing resin is the weekly transient resin here from Tubby, and then if you, again, they're limited, but you can use them, is the fragile resin that you get from the game.
If you ever have any questions about
Say, I think you want to farm Azale on Wednesday, Saturday, you can convert resin on Monday and Tuesday. Exactly, yes, that's a good point. So that you can get more than just the base 200 resin worth of materials on those select days. I don't get why they still have to limit those to certain days, but I guess that's just how the game was built at the time. We can claim the 5th one here, guys. Let's go. We're 4 weeks in. Wait. Excuse me. Claim. Sanctifying elixir. Can grind more now. Yep. And again, if you ever have questions, feel free to ask. Either me or the chat or anyone. Never using the same game or ignoring Zeke and Sirius. Who? Let's see. Are we good with Genshin now? Alright, we have 7. No standard pulls. We haven't gotten standard pulls in a while, huh? In any game. 7 plus 72, 79. 615 divided by 160 plus 79. 207.8. So 207. Because I can't round up. But hopefully eventually we'll get more Prima Gems to bump that up past the 0.84. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense for Nancy. Good on Genshin for today. We'll come back to Genshin on Sunday for this thing. Fontaine Research Institute Chronicles. I'm pretty sure this is the last big world quest I haven't done, unless there's one that I haven't even unlocked yet. Yeah. Come on, there you go. Alright, real quick before we get to ZZ, can we get it's midnight. Let me check when those events end. Also, let me check when the Genshin events end. Because I think Sparkle's asking when they end. So, Sparkle, if you're still here, Trials of the Brave Warrior ends in 5 days. Only Astral Gifts ends in 11. So let's plan on when to do this as well. Because we have to do this within 5 days. We'll just do both of them within 5 days. Let's see. Today's the 12th, right? Well, it was. And it says 5 days, 3 hours. How about this? I'll be home before ZZZ's out of maintenance. Like an hour before. No, like 2 hours before, but I'll have dinner first. So I'll be on stream about an hour before Valina's maintenance. We could try and do these Genshin events then. That's really cutting it close, though. So let's put it in for that. But if we finish either the Fontaine Research Institute Chronicle World Quest or the Lone Story Quest quickly enough, we'll probably try and squeeze in these events, specifically this one because it ends sooner. And then what about the ZZZ? Because we probably might not have. Well, we'll see if we can try and do it tonight. But let's do those polls because we have banners that are ending tomorrow anyway. Did we get enough people for rival domains yet? I know we were struggling in last weekend, but then kind of forgot about it with the power outage. Is it still Cav week? If you guys wanted for rival domains, let me know your leads. I don't think we have a full team yet. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. In Faye, yeah, check if it's Cav weekend rival domains. Because I don't think we did that yet this week. I'll have to double check. Events. Yeah, we kind of have to do these. If we don't do these today, we got to do it tomorrow before community night. Because this ends in 2 days. And if we're doing the Fontaine one on Sunday, we have to do it today or tomorrow. Let's see here. Was that specifically about all the things you saying? Like, yeah, again, I said except for things like the White Wing Sisters. That wasn't an only them kind of thing. It was like a, individual story with like individual character. By the way, speaking of Pegasus people, did you guys realize? I don't pay attention to a lot of like VA stuff except for like certain people. That the VA in Heroes specifically for Marcia from Tellius, Makalov's sister, is the same VA as Sandrone. I didn't even realize this, but then I watched one of her like, her what do you call it? Her like talent reels or whatever when like she shows a bunch of her projects. It's literally like the same like Sandrone like yelling at people voice. Like, and well, okay, to be fair, different voices, but she's always yelling at other characters. I'm like, wait a second. It's Cap Week and Faye last day. All right, yeah. Let me know your leads if you want in, guys. I think we only have one. It's Atri, by the way. Bum 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 bum. All right, actually, okay. Yeah, let me know your leads. I'm gonna check what this event is.
You wanna share?
Is any chance Destiny is lurking? I can't remember if he said this is one I had to do on stream or not. Reach customer satisfaction score. Oh, it's one of those things. Okay, that one should be easy to do. Maybe we do it tomorrow before community night then. What about this one? I don't even know what this is. Bang Boo event. Ross Califer. The brother that's worthless, blight on every living person around him. Marcia just has as many reasons to yell as Sandrone. I don't think we ever actually heard her yelling at him in the game though. So I'm like, that's why like I probably never realized. But yeah, like I said, once I watched one of her like voice reels of like different characters and saw it, I didn't know like any of the other characters. but like all of her characters, she's yelling similar to how Sandrone is like always yelling. I have the new duo Sigurd as my lead. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get that set up anyway. Okay, yeah, this one should be easy to. I don't know how long it is because there might be just like a lot of talking, but at least we'll get it on stream so, tomorrow, so I can just like, at least get the dialogue on screen. Probably won't read it all. And then this one we'll try and do as well. And then for community night, we'll do Jackbox. We gotta make that new Discord channel, by the way. Oh, we still have to mod Dragon. We have to do that. We gotta figure out what those old bots are doing, if anything. By the way, I can no longer access my save file in times. Is it just the demo? Like, was it designed that way or what? All right, let's do polls in Faye because it's gonna be ending. And then let me know your leads for Fire Emblem Heroes Rival Domains because you got to do that too. Try to load your file after beating the demo. It just plays a trailer and sends you to the eShop.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
So more grinding for me. Switch over to the phone audio. I don't have a ton of space, but we have space. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Pikachu, can you redeem the Fae Brigade redemption just so it's easier for me to find instead of scrolling through the chat? Which screen is your main? This one over here, the big one. Somebody else might be noticing there's no case on my phone right now. That's because it was overheating as I kept trying to use up the battery every day. A lot of space on the 10. Alright. Let's pull. Just check what we have first. So on this banner, this is new power. Isn't she 3 and 4 star? Which one's this one? Ascended. Alright. I don't have her? Okay, we're going for the League Yarn. New duo Sigurd is my name. It's my main account and my name is Michael. Oh, you mean is your lead? Okay. I was like, wait a second. They are 3 and 4 star. Okay. My thumb burns. Can't do anything. Struggling to play on my PC. That's why I play a controller. But you probably saw the like a thumb issue with the controller. Story Streams, welcome back. We have power again and internet and air conditioning. Sorry, no, I figured it out. You're good. You're good. Ooh, do I have the younger Hardy? He might be in a reserve barrack. Yes, I do. Should have the others here. Okay, have everyone there. Okay. Ooh. Well, Rune was free. I don't think you guys would know that song. Maybe Charlotte would, but... Alright, so we have everyone there. Who are we gonna go for, though? Maybe... Colorless, because they color share. Alright, this one... I think we have due. Oops. But at this point, I can probably just check what I have and don't have already. Should we check today, chat, and see if we can get those finally? All right, let's see. Should have Nell. I like Nell. Nell's cool. Oops. No, now's the choice. Okay, we have them, and you're in 3 star. Yes. So we have everyone there. Who are we gonna go for though? Probably. Ooh, maybe the Nell. What does this do again? Should have their own. Yes. I'm missing Nui Baba. Yes, I am. 3 and so far. Okay. I think we were Jesse. Haven't leveled up Noma. Have Jesse. Okay, so we have... Wait. Did we have Nui Baba? God. Nui Baba. No. Alright, we're going for them. Alright, let's come back because that's a lot for me to remember right now. Alright, on this one we are going for the leg yarn on my main, so colorless. We'll just do colorless everywhere, just to keep things simple. 3 and 4 star 2. Okay, that's probably why I have them. We'll go colorless here, colorless there, colorless everywhere. Here we go, chat. Hoping for the leg yarn. Are we back or was my internet? I don't know. Do we drop chat? Is it only the alts? 2 star Yulia, Emran, Lena. Fallen Lena on the 10 of all accounts. Is it just? I mean, it could be, but I don't know. How do I place things in my teapot? You're gonna have to figure out which keys those are. I don't know because I play on controller. Here we're gonna go for Tana. Blue, then green. Or neither. Son of a bee. We're gonna go red. Blue and blue. But yeah, Charlotte, did you figure out the song? Alright, we got Luke. Focus character on the main. Not who I was hoping for. I was hoping for blue, but we didn't get blue. But okay. Hit Hammond again. We're gonna go green. Red or Carlos chat for a second? Never mind, we're just going green. I guess we're going Carlos on the 10. What's happening? Who's happening? Veil, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We're coming back to a stream where I finally have power, internet, and air conditioning again. I have we had to go 2 days on stream, by the way. 2 days, 53 hours with no power, thanks to all the tornado weather in Illinois the last couple days. 2 nights of tornadoes. Yeah, 53 hours, no power, no internet, no air conditioning in the summer Chicago heat. But welcome in, everyone. How's everyone today? If you guys are here for the first time, my name is Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is day 2700, and I forgot to change the number, didn't I? 2767. I'm gonna change that in the title. Not that it's gonna update the VOD. I'll have to do that manually. Every day we stream every day. But most games like Fire Emblem, other games like Zelda and Pokemon. But we also stream a lot of the Hoyoverse games too, so Genshin, Starro, and ZZZ. Layla, there you go. You got it. You got it. Sounds so familiar. Let's see here. Brooke the Artist, welcome in. How are you today? Thank you for joining the raid. Thank you, Kaizen, for shouting out a veil. You pulled? Did you get anything, Sparkle? Kaijiro, thank you. Yeah. I mean, everything was fine here. It was just power was out and trees are down everywhere. Actually, had a former coworker of mine, friend of mine from college too. He had a giant tree. His neighbor's tree, like a really big, tall tree, actually fell down onto his kids' play place. Like it's like one of those like big fancy ones. Luckily, absolutely no one was in it at the time. No one was hurt, and they managed to get the tree out of there before the second night of storms. So it's a plus 11 in that, or something like that probably. Plus 11 doesn't exist. Only in your mind. Check general gaming. Let's see. That sounds like you got something. But yeah, guys, if you haven't done so, join the Discord. That's what Sparkle's referring to. Precise Chocolatier. Aishin Flash. I streamed with no air conditioning today, and wow, yeah. Well, what's the temperature like for you right now? I hope it's not super hot. I'll become less and less a fan. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not a fan of him anymore. And this goes for a lot of like just older musicians in general. It's very hot. Oh no. Wasn't Annette one of your plus 10s that you went for? No, they were not. The first limited 5-star that I went for as plus 10 was, because we're not counting ones that are like 3 and 4 stars that are like, oh, I have feathers and I'm maxed out on feathers, I gotta use them. I think it was Lucia, and then we did the same thing for Fallen Lilith. And then on my iPad, we did the same thing with Loot. I don't remember what type. Was it aided or something like that? I think it was aided loot. It was a net on the lip in the sea. No, I never did. We never did plus 10 in net. I mean, we probably have gotten a bunch of her over the years. Let's see. Because like whenever she shows up on a banner, we usually go for her. So the one in the main barracks is plus 0, but let me check also the 3 houses barracks. Manage barracks, manage groups. Pull for merges on her. We pulled for her. Like anytime she comes up on a banner, she's usually the one we go for, with like a free pull or something like that. But like when her banner arrived, no, we didn't go for multiples. Just search the net and then shift over to that particular barracks. We'll also check combat manuals too. So yeah, we have one of her on that one, and this is the Fulton. So we don't have her here, but let's check combat manuals. Really? I can't... fine. I can't search a combat... Really? That's a thing? We can't search? I have 2 combat manuals of her, so I could make her plus 2 if I wanted. Airbreak. Do I remember a big net stream? No, we did Lucia, Fallen Lilith, and then only on my iPad we did Loot. Well, no, I think it was just the iPad, yeah. Oh my god, really? Yeah, streaming with no AC, I used to do that during band camp. If it's broken, I hope it gets... Yeah, because it is not fun. I mean, I get that there are people that like live in places where AC is not a common thing because they don't really need it. And then there can be days where it's like awful. But at the same time, it's like for people that are used to AC, not having AC for like an extreme heat day or something like that, and especially trying to do a stream with it, it's not fun. Alright, where was I? This banner? Alright, chat, we're gonna go for... We have everyone. She's ascended, which doesn't really mean anything anymore. She's ascended. He's general pool. Probably gonna go for the Alencia, yeah. So Carlos, then red, then blue. No Carlos, alright. Here we go. In California, we don't have an AC. Oof. Wait, what part of California? Only on the iPad here. Turn off for sound quality reasons. May not be worth it soon. It is getting to summer. Figured out how to build. There you go. Yeah, just put it. But just for now, just stuff everything in there because that raises your teapot score and you get more of those points. Later on, you can because you can also go to Tubby and build or create the bigger ones. Again, focus on the higher star ones, like the 4-star ones, 3-star ones, because you'll get more points for those. So they're better. And then just fill in the rest of the space with any 3-star ones that you just get through playing the game. But if you're gonna spend the time, because some of those you have to take time to build. If you're gonna build them, build the 4-star ones. Yeah, turn it off for sound quality reasons. That's fair. Yeah, see, I have central AC, so it's not really a thing. Like the vent for this room is actually. You see that this gap in the boxes? The gap is because the vent is on the floor there. And the boxes would block it if there were boxes there. That's why there's that gap there. So now you guys know. I live in California. We don't have an AC. Yeah, I've got relatives that live in the LA area. Yeah, they never really had their AC on if they had it at all. I think they had one of those like window units, but yeah, definitely rather you be cool or just the background noise. You can probably get like either mic as a hardware thing or even probably just software thing where you can have a noise gate where anything that's below a certain threshold gets kind of cut out. You just have to make sure you're talking loud enough then. Because I know with this lav mic that I use when I record my Fire Emblem Collection videos. By the way, guys, if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, I've been doing a series where I kind of feature and showcase a different item from my Fire Emblem Collection each day-ish. Lately, I've been focusing on the bigger figures, like this. I gotta move things around here. Like this one. Come on, Camilla. So that's our Camilla figure from Fire Emblem Fates. She's sitting right next to Dimitri and Edelgard because I don't have room on my shelf to put them. I don't know where to put everyone. This is a growing problem. And I just got the Lucia statue. We're going to unbox that, by the way, tomorrow. Because mine arrived, and then I also have to pick up the second one from my friend who basically, because they limit you to buying one, but I need two. One for open, one for sealed. You are always broke? No, I'm not. Not that broke. Grandparents' old house in my birth town didn't have AC. It says it was a beach town. Seabreeze made it yeah. And that's the same reason why, like, the UK, they don't have air conditioning at all either. Like, ever. No one does. My hair. No. Or occasions where heat waves happened, a lot of old people died. Yeah, it can be dangerous. Also doesn't have a built-in, so you have a portable one. It's very humid as hell, yeah. Lucina. Alright, where was I? Who are we playing here? Let's just see what we get. No blue focus. Okay, let's tap for a second. Looks like we're going for either... Nope, going for one of these reds. Here... Chat, who do you want to go for on the iPad? We can go for Leaf, Thracier, or Air. And then we'll go for Air on the 10. AC common in LA. I don't know anyone who has AC. I don't think central AC is common at all, but I think quite a few people have like the window air conditioner units. Green for Thracier. All right, here we go. We got smoke on the iPad, and it's Gunter. Alright, this one we said we have everyone, so we're gonna go colorless because of the color share. This is not Seth. We didn't get colorless, are you kidding me? What the heck? We're gonna go red because he's limited. We'll go colorless here. So, go for Idane here, because we do have the others. So she is colorless. Dude's in the 3 and 4 star pool. You're attuned. She's just regular 5-star deer. So we're gonna go Idane because they don't have her. But if we don't get colorless, we'll go green because they're attuned. So colorless, green, blue. Who'd you get? No one. Still don't have a Dane. She's why I pull colorless whenever I don't want a focus unit. Got a question. What's up? Is it to ship you a Switch 2? Because I can help with that. Okay, colorless. Let's see what we get. Actually, we probably should go green on the alts. Let's go green on the alts. But colorless on the main, let's see what we get. It's bad if my thumb is purple. Yeah, because that means it's not getting oxygen. Putting some physical copies, yes. Did you get was it Ascended Air on the iPad? Yeah, they're planning to sell physical copies for the new card. Yes, every first-party Nintendo game is going to be an actual physical copy with the game on the cartridge. Not a key card, nothing like that. Should I tell my parents I'll be back? Okay. Amy, do you know what region the games that are released in your country are? There's a little color triangle on the back. And that's what I'm trying to find out for each region, because like those are what I collect. Hey, Weeb, welcome in. How you doing today? We didn't get a Dane, unfortunately. Alright, next banner. I think we said for this one we have everyone. I guess Nunaka, because she's aided, and then if we don't get them, we go for Nell, because they're rearmed. So Carlos, then Blue. Because we have everyone. Doing alright. Would it be wise to buy the cartridge early on? I don't know if it's going to be sold on afterwards, because it did with other Fire Emblem games sold up for months. Oh, I mean sold out? Region? Yeah, so on the back, if you look on the back of like any of your existing Switch games, on the bottom left corner, there's a colored triangle. And Nintendo uses that to designate which region the game is. Because, like, for example, North America and Japan don't have a triangle, because those are very easily, like, you can tell it's either from North America or Japan. But other regions, they'll use a colored triangle to tell you which regions from. Now, obviously, if you're buying only games locally in your area, it's all going to be the same color. So you probably never even thought about it. But it helps to distinguish what languages are included with the game. Hold on. Nintendo's apparently experimenting with... Oh no, that's just in Japan. So in Japan, they actually sell two versions of the Switch. Although actually something similar could happen in Europe next year. But anyway, there are two versions of the Switch. There's the cheaper one, which only plays Japanese-only games. And then there's the multilingual version, which is what we have by default everywhere else. But yeah, the multilingual one, it's more expensive, but it's also sought after in Japan, because it can play games from other regions. Like, for example, if a game comes out in, like, the US, that either that's not released in Japan or it's just cheaper in the US, people in Japan will buy the multilingual version so they can play that game. So it's sought after. So now it's being scalped in Japan. So to curb that, they're limiting purchases through the online store, at least. I don't know about other retailers, but any purchases through the Nintendo online store in Japan, or the Nintendo shop, or whatever it's called, you have to verify that your account has accumulated, I think, 50 hours of play on your Switch 2. Or Switch. Your Switch. Let's see here. It's probably just English and Japanese as available languages, I think. Right, but if you ever get a chance to take a look at the color of the triangle in the bottom left of the back of the case, let me know. I wonder if I have a copy. Let me check real quick. But anyway, I don't think it'll sell out. It's not like they're Mario or Pokemon or Zelda games where they're always gonna have copies available, but it's definitely a bigger franchise. So it's not gonna be like one of those where they only print a few for a few months and then it's gone. That being said, it's because again, it's not their Mario or Zelda or Pokemon games. I would imagine they'll still print it for about 2 years before they kind of discontinue printing copies, but you'll still also be able to get it digitally. But if you want a physical, hey, Chu, thank you for the resub. That is 6 sub-summons. We jot that down for you here. And then I'm also going to check if... Oh, good, I'm in the M's. So that's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 125. Hold on. Okay, so as an example, this is Shadows of Valentia. This is from, if you look here, there's a blue triangle. So it's actually the bottom right, so my bad. Bottom right corner, you can see it on the spine as well as on the back. But if you look closely, yeah, you probably can't tell. Let me see if I can do the overhead. If you look at the barcode, right above the barcode, see where it says ITA? That's Italy. So this blue color triangle means that this game is specifically for Italy. Now it has other languages too, because all the European copies have all the European languages on them. I think it just sets Italian as the default, and you can see the casing, the case itself, like the box art. It's in Italian, so. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward across Europe. But the thing is, like Asia and the Middle East, they've kind of like shuffled things around and reorganized from time to time, so I can never keep track of like which triangles go where, and that's why it's hard for me to buy stuff from there. Let me catch up. About the case. It's weird because what if someone wants Switch 2 as their first Nintendo console? No, I think I should have to check on that. Because I think it's as long as it's tied to your Nintendo account, so it can track like how much time you've played on your original Switch or your 3DS. But yeah, to purchase on the Nintendo shop though, you would need a Nintendo account. The free-to-play game that lets you watch YouTube and play that game. Wait, what? Feels kind of like they're doing it to sell Switch 1s to close. No, that's not why. It's just that, again, the main reason is scalping. Again, we don't have that problem here because we only have the multilingual version only. But like I said, this actually could become a problem in Europe because Europe is forcing Nintendo to make a different version of the Switch that's bulkier, but it'll have a removable battery. So it's going to force them to basically redesign the Switch casing, because in order to have a removable battery or user replaceable battery, you have to build the housing for it. So the Switch is going to be thicker. And then, which means they're also going to have to redesign the dock. But some people want a user replaceable battery. So now, because that's only going to be required in Europe, you're probably going to see people scalping that to people in other countries that want a removable battery. I, for one, think the Switch is pretty big as it is, and I don't need it to be any bigger or bulkier. So I'm good with charging it with a cable. Try to check it out soon enough. I left my cases at my aunt's house. I didn't bring them. Oh, no worries, no rush. I'm just kind of curious. Parents said they'll take me to urgent care tomorrow. Okay. Which banner am I on? Oh yeah, we're going colorless and then blue. So colorless. Here we go. You want to switch with better battery life? Yeah, and that's the thing too. By having to build the housing for, oops, you guys can see, the housing for a removable battery. Oh, we got it on the iPad. Of course we did. Oh, camera, thank you. Switch away, that's what you do. In order to have a removable battery, that housing is going to take up space in the design. So you're most likely getting a bigger and bulkier and heavier Switch, and worse battery life. So if you want better battery life, right now between the options they have, it'll basically be the one that's the existing Switch 2. But eventually, when they can put a more power efficient chip in there, kind of like they did with the Switch 1, it should be better battery life eventually. Can I still buy the cartridge early once it's out here before it gets? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even if you don't have the system itself yet, like if you have to wait on the system, that's fine. But yes, you could buy the game first. Battery life short like Switch 1 still, shorter. Because remember, you're powering a system that's 1080p and 4K. Well, 4K docks. Never mind, that doesn't really apply to battery. And then 60 frames per second, and so the battery life is pretty short. But again, eventually they should get a more power efficient chip as that technology improves. Like, that's why I'm waiting to upgrade my iPad and my phones and my computer. With better battery later, like 8 hours. Yeah, again, that's because they basically replaced the original chip, the original CPU, SoC, with a newer one. Where does the new Fire Emblem game globally release again? Because it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to reach my country after the global release. September 17th. Right here, we are going for Nui Baba, so blue. If we don't get blue, we're going for So blue, colorless, green. Blue. Blue. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. So October for me? Probably, yeah. Fortunately, it's going to cost me 200. We got her on the iPad again. Of course we did. Of course we did. Oh, I should have screenshotted her. She's new. Plus attack. iPad luck. By the way, Pikachu, you said you wanted to do it on the emblem banner, right? Was this the one you were talking about? We're going to have to see who we have first. And then that banner, and then do we have a new one? Nope. And then we'll maybe look into that one. Actually, why don't I look into it now? Just check what I am missing first on this one. Let's also make some combat manuals on my main. Alright, we got her. Which banner was this? Was this like the young ones? Don't have Naga. I have Goto. We have Medius. Okay, so we're missing Naga. We'll play Faye, but I deleted it. Okay. Is it one of those games like where you're gonna rotate like every few days or weeks? You're gonna switch back and forth? Digital 70, regular is 80. Yeah. Special edition's 120. Yeah, the banner with my solely emblems. Okay. For physical copy of the new game, if you no. Yeah, Kaizen. Yeah, I was talking about. So the special edition's 120 in US dollars at least, if you were to buy here, and then physical is 80, and then digital 70. Unless you buy from Walmart or Amazon Kaizen, you can get it for 70 physical. Oh, the ancient banner. Well, it's like the younger versions of them. Those are generated. May I know what's the special edition? Yeah, I can probably pull up a picture too. Or if anyone has a picture ready. Oh, there you go. Kaizen has, yeah. So it has an art book, 4 cards for each of the 4, like basically the protagonists that we can choose, presumably for each route, and then a steelbook and a map. Yeah, I don't know what the map's made of. If it's just paper, it's kind of lame. We used to get cloth maps with like the Super Nintendo games. Anyone else play Uma? It doesn't seem like it. I think it's you and Sunset, and then Kaizen has it, but they haven't played. 2 used to, but not anymore. Alright, so this one I'm going to pull for Naga. We don't have Eikthenir. We have Violet. We have Sharena. Forgot her name for a second there. Balder, even though we have an emote of her. We don't have Balder. So we are missing Eikthenir and Balder. So I don't know if we want to use it yet. We want to wait until we get either of those, and then whichever one we don't have, we use it on that. So that's, yeah, we're gonna wait on that one. But I'll check the emblem banner. I played Uma, but I haven't played it as much anymore. Someone like Kaizen waiting for the Uma that I want in 1 to 2 years. Years. Balder's pretty common. Well, they all should be, but we just haven't gotten them because they're all in the general pool. So. Actually, that's pre-combo manuals because we're here. Getting digital in addition to the Dagda edition, because if I only get physical, I'll have to wait till like noon on the 17th. I swear, digital I can play it on at 6 p.m. on the 16th. Waiting for like 4 years apparently for Yandere Horse. By the way, if anyone needs a copy of the Dagda edition, let me know. JP and Global have a long gap of, well, you know, yeah. Yeah, when you get a chance to take a look at the triangle on your boxes, feel free to let me know. Or if you can, even better, if you can get me a picture of the entire back, that'd be best. Wait, version? What do you mean? No, I was talking about the Dagda collection is like the special edition. What is the Dagda edition? Yeah, the special edition. Yeah, same thing. Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's just the official name of it. Collector's edition, special edition, Dagda edition, version, whatever. All the same thing. Let's see. You know what? Emblem. Okay. We have Corin, we have Marth, we have Erica, we have Ike, so we have the whole top row. We have Sigurd, we have Erica, we have Lynn, and we have Micaiah. Well, then who are we missing? It's just Roy and Lucina? Is that the only ones? Who else is there? No CD, no money. Yeah. Well, they don't really do CDs a lot anymore. I know some of the special editions they've switched to using like a USB stick for like MP3s, but those are also lower quality. Those two separate stuff like with Fate. No. No. Takes place in Dagda, and the game stuff employee I ordered from made sure to remind me I needed to call it that. They must be like a really big Fire Emblem fan. So go to $80 then. Okay. Oh wait, what's up? Alright, so we have everyone on this banner, so we can pull anything. Pikachu, do you want to use sub-summons? No, sub-summons are only on my main. Oh, we also have tickets. Oh, I should probably get those tickets on my alts. Give me a second, chat. I don't think on my main I did. It's because in their system they didn't have anything called special edition. It's gonna be 80 times 1.5. Oof. Well, are you saying it's gonna be 100? Are you gonna be? Is it 120 US dollars for you, or is it 80 US dollars but 120 of your currency? We got 2 tickets. Get that easily by doing rival domains. Yeah, but we haven't done that yet. I don't think Fire Emblem has a huge Hawaiian fan base. Well, I'm just saying that one employee sounds like they're a big fan. USD converted to my... Okay, so 120 of your currency. 120 is a lot, yeah. That's a lot here, too. But luckily, this isn't like 2005 when we're getting like multiple Fire Emblem games in a year. I guess it also happened in 2017. Alright, so Pikachu, are you in fact using your sub-summons on this banner? I had multiple like Fates and Screwed that would have cost 2. No, it's not that. It's not that. Let's hope they never do that again. I think they learned their lesson. What iron number are we on now? Do they count Fate or Shadows? So Faye is counted as okay. The regular games, the code name listed in the code is Iron for the main games, or it's called Iron because Iron's chemical symbol is Fe, which is a reference to not just the fact that it's Fire Emblem Fe, but also the fact that iron is a common elements material in the games. So, you want Roy or Lucina more? Wait, were you? I thought you were doing it on this banner. Do you want it on that one? Because they color share on that banner. Pokemon doesn't even do that anymore, so you're good. I mean, they still do the 2 versions. Like, I'm getting both winds and waves. Character, do you want more? Oh, probably Lucina. But they color share. Never another revelation for Fire Emblem. Revelation is singular, by the way. Alright, let's do some polls. So you're not using it on this Pikachu, just so I know? Because if you're not using it on this banner, then I'm exiting once we do the free ticket. Let's do it on the... Let's do it on this one then? Okay. So you're using it on this. How many are you using? So there's a ticket there, so you only use 4 per circle, actually. So are you choosing to use 4 only? Are you choosing... the heck? 4 only, or you want to do like 2 circles, which is 8? Actually, let me see how many you have. You have a lot. It's good to know then. I'm not entirely a fan of Pokemon, but I love Fire Emblem a lot more. Know a lot. I'm kind of a lot more excited about the new Fire Emblem game than the new Pokemon game. I'm excited for Winds and Waves just because like it's inspired by like the Philippines. So yay. How many do I have? A lot more than I want to say because I don't have that many orbs. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 47. You know, my friends or relatives have the Switch too. I might beg to borrow. There you go. That could work. That could work. Or we can just fundraise for you. We can help you out. Since I plan to buy the cartridge. That's fair. That's smart to get it. For everyone in chat, Christian's nope, we're not talking about that. Nope, we're not. Chat, wait, hold on, Pikachu, how many subsummons do you want to use? At least for the first 5 circles, you want to do 5 circles worth, so 25. Which will leave you with, let's see, from 40, because you had 35 plus 12, right? Yeah. So now you have, I'll just say times 31. I don't want to go through the trouble of putting 30. I normally only group them into groups once they reach 35, because that's like how much this single-handedly caused me to spark on a New Heroes banner. But we'll just put it 31 now. I don't want to have to type it through 31 times. All right. So we're doing 5 full circles, basically all the ones with tickets. We're going to do full circles on the main. Let's see what we get, chat. Pikachu, where do you want me to start? We're going to go clockwise from wherever you want. That most of my relatives and friends are PlayStation players, not Nintendo players, unfortunately. You should show them each the video for Ocarina of Time remake, because surely someone's going to be like, I have to get one now. But I say because of tickets. So yes, you are doing 16 pulls in 5 circles. Wait. 5 times 4 is 20. Sorry, you're doing 20. So I have to remove how many more? 4 more. 27. Yeah. So you're only spending 4 per circle. So normally 5 circles will cost you 25 sub summons, but now you're only spending 20, but you're still getting 5 circles. Long live. Nope. Let's start red on main. Okay, we'll go clockwise from there. Here we go. Hoping we get some emblems. That's the Ocarina remake trailer made me want it less. I don't like the realism. Well, you haven't seen the whole game yet. That's just young Link. Breath of Free Redeem doesn't use a ticket, so okay, fine. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, after this you will have 23 left. Also, this seems like it's cropping weird. I shouldn't be cropping the thing on top. That's... Unless they reframed the game. Which I don't think they did. Yeah, whatever. Alright, here we go. We're gonna back out of on the alts because we're only doing tickets there. And guys, I gotta play the Xenoblade series again. So that's gonna be a thing. I don't know if you guys were even here when I started streaming the Xenoblade series. I know TC Throwers used to be here for that. They would always point out kind of the things that the characters would say as they're fighting in the middle of battle. Redeem to see our subsummons. I don't know how to do that though. I'm pulling it from a notes file. New when you streamed 2. What year was that? Wasn't that like end of 2017? That was like before the streak. I probably streamed it, yeah, end of 2017, early 2018. Still no emblems. Oh, it's our first Marcus on the iPad. Are there any green ones? There's Lynn. That's it. Watch you summon for a blade you wanted. It was a Cosmos. It was probably Cosmos. I didn't really want them, but it was like, alright, we've beaten the game. Might as well go for something harder. Which was Cosmos. I don't think we ever got them. Predate the streak. There is the Follow Age. Smoke on the main on the iPad. Oh, we got one more. I don't know if I have them on the iPad. But again, Pikachu's hoping for something on the main here. It's first emblem mark from the iPad. A plus attack, let's go! Here we go, come on, Lynn. And again, Pikachu, so are you using all 24 on this banner? Because again, we have all the emblems. But let's see, by a few months, like 28, 25 days. Still have one more ticket on the alts. Enough for 6 circles. Okay. Choose where to start. Yeah, I don't think we're doing the ZZ ones today. We'll find a time for that. Probably tomorrow. Carlos, here we go. Soon doesn't happen yet. Soon will happen. Alright, That's it for the alts, I think. Are we gonna run out of orbs? Shoot. You realize I had followed you for that long? I mean, on these banners, we should be hoping for mostly reds. Because, like half the banner is red emblems. Oof. Hey, whoa. Ooh, actually, let me check on that one. No, that's fine. Alright, here we go. Alright. Pikachu, where to start? I'm gonna run out of orbs. But an adult for 9.5 years. Red, thank you. Alright, this one we're hoping for Makaya on the Carlos. Hoping for Lynn on green. Blues have 2 emblems and red has 4. Cherche! Come on, good luck. What good luck? If I have bad luck today, guys, does that mean we're getting Sandrone early? We got smoke. 4-star special. Is that Chloe? Looks like Chloe. It's Chloe. She's plus speed, minus attack though. Also been an adult 9.5. Gonna run out of orbs. Oh no. Alright, where do we start, Pikachu? Top blue, here we go. Alright, Sigurd and... I forgot who the other blue is. Celica. Sigurd and Celica. It's just like a young Wotan singer. Shiny and dumb and easy to trick. Wait, what? Alright, we got Donald. Nikki might like that one. Oh, art is weird. Yeah, it is. Oh, we have 4 red emblems. Well, on this banner. There's more than 4, but... Oh no, after this we're gonna have to buy orbs. General any quote. Oh, okay. You know how many channel points only doing something like that once? How many do you have right now? 15K. Celestia. What's the starting pull rate on this banner? 6%. Trash. It's crazy how me being bored on a bus ride massively changed my life, though. Ugh, we gotta buy stuff. Hold on. By the way, there was a thing with the the background art before, so make sure you get that one before earlier. Wait, how many pulls do we need to do? We need to do 2 more circles. So we need to get at least 22 more orbs. Fine. Remember, guys, I am a teacher on summer break, so I don't see an income for 2 more months. Found time because I was bored on a bus ride home. Ooh. I don't remember how I found time. I probably was just like searching for other Fire Emblem Heroes streamers at the time. Mentioning these streams on Twitch, so I made a Twitch account. You know who got me into Twitch was Gil. Because we were friends from, like, we worked together in the industry. Him with Nintendo and me as a journalist. And then we were friends on Facebook, and then he would be posting on Facebook like, "Oh, I'm streaming on Twitch," and I'd be like, "Oh, I checked this out." So I signed up for Twitch and watched the streams, and I was like, "Hey, this is something that I could do." So I started streaming Fire Emblem Heroes. Had to figure all that out. All right, Pikachu, you ready? We have orbs again. You gotta pick the starting one here. A lot of blues. Falcons, how I got into Hoyo games and Persona. Time got me into Tales games, so without being bored on a bus ride, I have none of my friends and none of my hobbies. It's funny how things like that change, like, everything. Start with red. Here we go. What we get. Butterfly effect is valid. This game is actually about the butterfly effect as a major theme. I think I remember you mentioning that one. Nina, we have an emote of Nina. She's basically our emote rep for the Satellaview Fire Emblem game. The satellite Fire Emblem game. Like the Strange One. Nope, not that one. There you go, guys. That's Nina. But the cart one, that's Elamine. Numbers 8. Congrats on the 10 stream streak, Our Gamer. Our Gamer, do you want in for rival mains? Let me know. But congrats on 10. That's gonna be a lot more to get another digit on there. Wait a second. Oh, its fingers just look weird. I'm like, just pulled the new Harmonic Heroes banner. How'd it go? So pulling on the emblem banner because Pikachu's redeeming their sub-summons. Favorite game I ever made means so much to me, which is why it's sad that the Masters were bad and the Switch 2 made them unplayable. 4-star special Zeke. What were we just talking about, Zeke? To go back to playing them on other stuff. You got all 3? Let's go. Oh, yeah, I got Emblem Roy. I haven't gotten anything on that one. We're just talking about you. Alright. 6th circle. Which one do we start with, Pikachu? So again, guys, anytime you redeem, or anytime you resub, or gift subs on the channel, you get a sub summon. And when you get to 5, you can get me the spark on any, or sorry, when you get to 5, you can get me the summon on any banner, full circle of your choosing, with my own orbs. Which is on PS4, look, that's good. Top Carlos, there we go. Hoping for that Micaiah on the Carlos. Is that Elise? It's Elise. I used to have a crush on a girl in high school named
Hiya,
Elise.
papaya!
Hi, Papaya Lines. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. You're just in time for the last circle of this banner, at least. Thank you for the raid. How was stream? I think you're doing Pokemon Championships, right? You know, in Switch 2 problem, the remasters were actually worse than the originals. They messed up the lighting and some of the model. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Especially when they don't put the care into making it look right. Made it to Master Ball, congratulations. That sounds like it's like the furthest or the highest level. Yeah, last game we played, we haven't played Champions yet. We played Pokopia, so that was more chill. We might pick up Champions at some point. I was gonna make my units so bulky or bulky. Wasn't Bulky the name of like one of the characters on Perfect Strangers? Oh man, I'm dating myself there. I don't know if you guys even have heard of the show Perfect Strangers. For those who are too young, Perfect Strangers was a show that was part of the TGIF lineup. And for those who are too young for that, TGIF was ABC's programming block on Friday nights. Best known for things like Full House, Family Matters, Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Oops, dropped something. I know Perfect Strangers, but never seen it. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't as famous as like Full House or Family Matters. I don't have Steam or PS4 or Xbox, so remasters would be your only way to experience them. Which is why I recommended it before I knew Switch 2 broke them. Is that why they were so cheap? Alright, here we go. 2 more pulls in this banner. We'll have 1 more banner after that. We haven't got any emblems on this, have we? Wow, we're just gonna leave this at like 8.5% pity. Wow. Last one. Oh yeah, can we get a shout out for Legendary Lines, please? We're playing Pokemon Champions today. I love Fire Emblem fan. There we go. There we go. And there goes our pity. Finally, on the last one. And of course, they're right next to 5-star Elise. Corn and Elise. She is plus defense minus attack. So we'll merge her into the other one. Oh, Elise is also plus defense. All right. So again, thank you to Pikachu for supporting the stream by subbing, gift subbing, or resubbing. Or guys, anytime you sub, resub, or gift subs on the chat, you get, or on the stream, you get a sub summon. When you get to 5, you can get me a summon on any banner of your choosing Fire Emblem Heroes with my own orbs. We have one more banner though. We are gonna pull for Naga, who's colorless. We have one colorless, and on the also we have nothing. So we're gonna go for the attuned Tiki. Here we go. Green hair girl and Fortune's Weave. You have anyone else the vibes or Marianne mixed with Brenda? Seen some people have never mentioned that. Of course, our special Jill. First Jill on the iPad? What? Plus attack minus res? That's a good one. Name is Nene. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people mention that. Gotta do rival domain? Yeah. Oh, it's almost reset. We have time. We have plenty of time. Plenty of time. We also had only like 2 people sign up, so I'm already really excited for her. So is everyone implying that 1, it's a sequel, and 2, are you saying that everyone from Fodlan just basically emigrated to Dagda? If you look at the map though, Fodlan is actually very tiny compared to Dagda. It's kind of like insignificant. It's like, why do we spend the whole game there for 3 houses? It's not even a blip. Okay, so let's see. We have an Alphonse and we have a Sigurd. Did I spell that right? Did they change it? Oh no. Zeke's Refine is quite good. I don't think I have yet. Hey Destiny! No more issues? No, we got power back. Well, I have one issue. This light's not turning on, so that's why the lighting looks weird. And I don't think she's right either, although I think Ursula probably is part of Marianne's bloodline. This is for people of her bloodline to flee, given how hated they are. Alright, I guess we're just getting the Sigurd. Let's see if I can find out who they have now. At least the lights are back. Some of them. One of Marianne's ancestors, Ordisons, probably fled Fodlan. Did Atri change their name? No, it's fine. Alright, Claude. Alright, I guess we're putting in Claude. Last played an hour ago. I thought they told me they were grounded. Alright, so we're putting in the young Claude. People who don't play anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So it drops in Woolwa today. chop, chop. And each read. It is cat week, right? Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. Don't have a lot of green options, huh? All right. Anyone else want in for rival domains before we get going here? Let me know your lead. I'll give you guys like a minute. I'll turn off animations. Alright, so, and then ZZZ events. Try and do tomorrow. Oh, Destiny, are you still here? Destiny, 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 are you here? Destiny, 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 Destiny. Wait, are you not in? Oh, this one, sorry. This one. Oh, because they changed, I think. Today I'm dead. Hey, there's Destiny. Destiny, can you hear me? The ZZZ, the Look Into Redo Legends, and then the Good Morning Russ Califer. Do either of those, or do those both have to be on stream? Like, is there like important like side dialogue and stuff like that, or is it just like mini games and stuff like that, battles or whatever? Any of the Hoyo games will come to Steam. Didn't they already announce that? I think they announced. I think they announced that. Redo Legends on stream? Okay. What's the Rose Califer one then? Is it just battles and stuff? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start for rival domains.
Together!
When are they coming? I don't remember. Which one was it, chat? It's a web event with multiple endings. Okay. Okay, so I'll do the redo one tomorrow. If we have time, we might do the web one on stream, but probably not. I'll look it up. Okay. I think it was. I want to say it was ZZZ, but it could have been HSR. And it does seem imminent that Genshin's coming to Switch. Got Exos off the screen. Is Exodus male or female? This is normal mode, by the way, guys. We have three bonus kills out of 3. Title looks like it says Conqueror's Light. Oh, Conqueror's While. Looks like, yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. I got upset in Awakening when someone asked me that, so we don't know. Well, the name Exilus, usually the suffix US suggests it's a male, or at least a masculine name. At least according to the Latin. Latin anything that ends in US or I is usually a masculine name.
For
Anything ending in
humans
A
and
or
dragons.
AE is ending with a feminine suffix.
I am with you.
There's the Sigurd, that's Pikachu's. But again, this is normal mode. We'll see how much they are a key player as we get to the harder difficulties.
Peace everlasting.
Gotcha!
12 only? I guess we're just too good. We're too fast. Alright. Since there are only 2 people in, does anyone else want in? About to be real stupid. Uh-oh. What are you doing? If anyone else wants in, let me know. Otherwise, we are gonna go to the next difficulty and see how we do. Be confused, be insecure, be afraid. In the face of the brilliant tactician Exilus. Weehehehe. Okay. They have long fingernails, so that suggests feminine. So the ton of shop currency I was saving to use on only buying Aemith dupes, but I ended up using it for Lucille instead. No, Pika Court was streaming Wuwa earlier today. I think they were talking about the banner coming up as well. Right, hard mode.
Wipe them out!
Alright, this is Smash Dude, aka AP's Quad.
Take that!
Put on your, oh, thank you, Sparkle. I'll do some more of those commissions as well tonight. Appreciate that.
That's what you get! gaze is harsh.
You have my faith.
So I don't know if you guys remember Envy. She also streams a lot of the Hoyo games. But she was asking me today about
I'll have your vow.
if I had played the Xenoblade games and how she's interested in playing them. But Nintendo is not really a thing in India, so it would be a bit of a hassle to obtain a Switch 2. And I was like, I'll send you one if you really want me to. Not for free, but... And I was like, oh, if you get it, you can then you can play the Fire Emblem games, which are my favorites.
Of course I'll do it.
Then you get to play the new Ocarina of Time remake. And everything else. Better call Saul. Oh yeah, I gotta watch Breaking Bad at some point. I hear it's a chemistry show.
Together. For humans and dragons.
Breaking Bad is a chemistry show. Sweet. Never seen it either.
I am with you.
It's an HBO, right?
No resistance.
Oh, we got 18 kills that time. Should we do a prediction like we used to? I don't know if there's a lot of people left in the chat. Considered by most people as the greatest show ever made. I'm sure that's subjective, but what that tells me is that it has a lot of fans, which I kind of already knew. All right. Does anyone else want in? Rob domains? You guys want to wager some channel points? Maybe get more? Let's see. Over under at... I know. Should probably refresh. Bum-ba-dum. Ba-da-dum. Alright, quick submission period, guys, if you want to wager some channel points. 1 minute, starting now. Wager those channel points. Never seen a show with a better ending or better writing. Basically pioneered actual changing your characters in sitcoms. Sure, there are a lot of sitcoms that had characters change over time. There was a sound update that hinted to Steam files being added to different Honkai games. I'm pretty sure they announced it for one of them, didn't they? Hold on. Let's see here. Zenless Zone Zero is officially coming to Steam. Oh, is this starting with 3.0? That would make sense. You guys are screwed in 3.1. Major changes main character over the show. Like character development, you're saying? That's not new. Why don't you jump in on any given episode and still largely have things make sense? I mean, you can make sense while still having a character change and develop over time. Does anyone remember? Does ZZZ launch on Steam for 3.0? Because that's coming up. Bring back, or that, like the main characters at the start and end are unrecognizable. They've had that before. All right. Predictions locked. All right. I don't know if anyone made a prediction, but here we go.
You will be mine.
Interest in Genshin Star Rail. I don't know if those have yet. I would imagine if Genshin does, it's going to be with Snezhnaya. I think Genshin gets a Switch release once Snezhnaya comes out. As for Star Rail, you might have to wait till like 5.0 or something. Because they're usually going to do it for like a new like version. Bring Back isn't a new show like at all. In my mind, it's new because like most of the shows I watched were like from the 2000s or 1990s. What was I saying there? I was like 1990s. When's 5.0? Exclamation point Hoyocal in the chat, guys. Gotcha. Exclamation point Hoyocal. Let me see. 5.0. Should launch on February 9th or 10th. And for Genshin, 7.0 launches on August 11th. And then 3.0 for ZZZ is June 16th. January 2008. Yeah, that's still newish compared to a lot of the other shows I consider classics. Wait, Destiny, did we get your marketing? I forgot to check today.
Faith.
Let's check. Just a lot of features on Velina. Yeah, we're pulling for Velina on Tuesday.
My true power.
So probably miss out on the paid characters. So if you look at the calendar there, it's expected to be about a week after Himiko Nova. I mean, you could just create an account on like mobile or something, get the characters. Although actually, no, Pikachu, now that I think about it, the current Fate Collab has been around since last July. So, or is it July? Yeah, last July. So it's probably going to be around for like a year. So even after 5.0 starts, you can probably still pull for Rin and Gilgamesh. Alright, 13 bonus kills only, guys. Alright, Infernal. We'll start another prediction. We'll set this one a little more close to, let's see. 15.5 is the over-under. My prediction is starting now. Wait, go. Yeah, now it's starting. 15.5 is the over-under. What's your prediction? If you want to make a change or if you want in, let me know if, your lead for rival domains. This will be the last thing we do today. Yeah, because you'll probably be able to get it on the collab. But you could still create an account on mobile if you want to make sure you get them right away. I think my phone can handle it. What phone do you have? So guys, I think I'm going to return these genealogy figures we ordered that came. You guys saw how disappointed I was. 13 hours, 11 minutes. I'm screwed. Uh-oh. Is anyone else pulling for Valina or Norma? Who's Valina running alongside? It's Valina and Yishinguang, and then Norma and Suna. Galaxy A35. Straight up got scammed. Well, luckily, it's protected by eBay's return policy, so. You also need space. That's fair. Just installed Genshin on my phone to use my alt account. It's not a thing I can do right now. I just use it for like limited events and stuff like that. But it takes 50 gigs now. It used to take 40, and that's the mobile version. The regular version is like 100 gigs. All right, predictions are locked. Here we go.
This is your fate.
Here's Claude. Claude again.
Take that.
Who's on to our raid? No one else? Alright. Take him out. Claude, okay.
I'm so happy. I do.
Of course I'll do it.
got to go on. Together.
I am with you.
Keep your eyes on me.
Lots of interest in most of my gotchas. P5X is the only one so crazy high on top of me. And I eventually have to go back to Sumero. Makes me not want to even load up pitches anyways. I really like the new Arc quest, but it really works out really well because if you finished all the other world quests, it's basically like it's like payoff. You know, like you've invested all these separate stories, but then, like they all come together. Looking at reviews on Google Play Store. No one's complaining about performance issues, just about power creep. There you go. So I guess your phone can handle it if you have the space. Did we just get 15 and the over-under was 15.5? There you go. Nikkei, I have a love-hate relationship with. Alright, so again, tomorrow, guys, we're going to start out with ZZZ. I'll try and start as early as I can. To do those events, and then we're gonna get into some Jackbox and some Smash Bros. Maybe if we have time for Smash Bros. Jackbox is the focus. But guys, I have internet again and air conditioning. Oh my god, it's so much nicer with air conditioning. All right. Right before the day change, right before. Speaking of day change, there's also a new day in, because I think the one this reset is in 1 a.m. I use Fontaine Act 5 as a benchmark for 10. Cry was like an 8 outside of Act 1 and 2, which were like a 3, and Sumeru is a 1. Yeah, but then how would you rank the rest of Fontaine? Because like, yeah, 5 was amazing, but like. By Sumeru so much, like all of it. Do you hate the rainforest and the desert equally? Because I know you hate like traversing the desert, but do you hate all of it? Because again, without getting into details, this basically takes all the the loose story threads of Sumeru and like neatly ties it all together. One and 2 were like a 9, 3 and 4 like a 4 or 5. A 9 for 1 and 2. Just slash. Oh no, did someone share a card with me again? Because I only get 1 share per day and people keep not sending me Meloitas. I'm like, okay, good, no it did. Yeah, I will say, like, yeah, there are some Sumeru quests that were tedious and sometimes long, but I mean, to be fair, some of those I did use a guide. Like, you know, those like those kind of like I don't know what they call them. Like they're like ancient rainforest mechs that were like tied up in that like energy beam or whatever. You needed to free them and then defeat them. Like I wasn't gonna search for them myself. So I just pulled up a guy like, where are they? Tell me where they are, and then just go to the spot on the map and take care of it. So. Outside of Kale showing up, I didn't care for much in Sumeru. Okay, so you'll care a little bit then. Because again, like every story thread, well, every major story thread in Sumeru Just thought Dio's cool, and it's happy. You know who didn't die. He looks cute, but it's still a 1 overall. Really? Yuko! 5-year mod anniversary. Congrats, congrats. Welcome in. We're about to end stream. But look, I have power again. I have lights and internet and air conditioning. Also, you are missing a tail. It's processing. Hold on. Oop, add. Yeah, we're working on that. It still says processing. Process faster. And we're back. Hang on, I tried to give you a sub before the ad showed up, but it's still processing. Borderline hated Nikita. Everything at what? I don't know. I liked Sumeru. Was it my favorite region? No, but I liked it. So it can't affect her as a character at all. No comment. She's a plot device. But you haven't done all the other world quests, right? For Sumeru? Okay, I don't know why this is not going through. Hold on. I'm going to cancel this and try this again. No? It's not letting me? Are we just stuck on pending forever? Hold on. Get the sub. Let's try and do it through... Do through Safari and not OBS. No? Just not going through? No? There we go.
Tanuki TV gifted a tier 1 sub to Yuko Konagai.
I'm not doing world quests. I refuse to spend more time there. But the thing is, you're complaining about... Never mind. I can't say anything. Never mind. But alright. Oh, I gotta do one more. Let's do a water pick. Ugh, this one costs 3, but it has nothing I have, so means we're guaranteed to get something new. Paid 3 for a look at Alright, there you go. So Yuko, no more ads. Yay! I'd rather break my hand than do Sumeru work. But then you shouldn't complain about characters' arcs being unfinished. Or characters that haven't... Never mind. Alright. But yeah, we are going to wrap up because it's 2 a.m. Thanks for dropping in, Yuka. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to bring back Community Night again. We're going to start with ZZ because I got to get some quests done before they end. But then we're going to do some Jackbox. But we got to do some stuff on the Discord to make sure we don't get randos ruining it again. Because PG, guys. PG. I'm waiting on finish. No, you are. It's just that you don't know what happens. So, and I can't say any more than that. share these real quick, or like at least. No, not done. No. She was an object with the save and then stole a better moment and did it horribly. Then she didn't ever actually do anything in her nation's Archon quest. In the Archon quest, sure, you're accurately describing what happens in the Archon quest, but that's not the entirety of her arc. So, I don't know what to tell you. Alright guys, let's see. Of course, yeah. So we're gonna work on setting it up so only people that have been in the Discord for longer than a certain amount of time will be able to get the access code for it. But let's read out. I don't have anyone to raid. Alright, let's go to Koroi. They're streaming 3 houses, I guess. Alright, if you're subbed to Kaibahaya Papayas, if you're not subbed, redeem for the Hildewonk emote, and then you use the old subraid command once I copy mine. As an Archon that was downright unacceptable. Once you're done with this current Archon quest, even though you won't have done anything else involving these characters, I'll tell you my thoughts on where her involvement as an Archon ranks for me overall for all of Teyvat so far. But until then, alright, as usual, follow on social media, join the Discord, guys. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Again, it's the first day back with power and air conditioning and lights, internet. But we'll be back tomorrow. A little bit of ZZZ, but then we're getting into Jackbox. As a backup, we'll do Smash Bros. And then Sunday, Monday, Genshin. Tuesday, ZZZ. Wednesday, Impact 3rd. Thursday, Friday, Genshin. Thanks for streaming with the power back on. Yay! There's one light. You guys, if the lighting looks weird today, it's because my other light in front of me is not on for some reason. I have to figure it out. But everything else works. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Go say hi to Koroi. They're playing some 3 houses. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye.